Okay, so what is on the other side of fear? So here are some examples. So maybe feeling better, or health, or vitality, or having fun, or a sense of aliveness, or having love in your life. Perhaps it means speaking up, or seeing and discovering your dreams. Maybe just knowing that everything's going to be fine, or perhaps even your dreams coming true. So these are just some examples of what potentially could be on the other side of fear. You know, it would be best if you actually sat down in meditation and kind of took a look at for yourself and go, oh, you know, what is on the other side of fear? And just see what pops up. And that perhaps might be very inspiring for you to see that. So two things that I find that are really helpful when, when fear pops up. The first thing is going to be courage. And I think there's a misconception with courage that it means to be totally fearless. And, perhaps possible, but a lot of the times you can tap into this energy of your spiritual heart, this energy of courage. We all have this. And you can tap into that. And that's going to help you kind of navigate when you're kind of walking this path and the fear pops up, and work through that. It doesn't mean the fear, you don't notice the fear, maybe you don't feel the fear. You can definitely notice it. It's just like the courage is helping you kind of work through that, kind of get past the fear. Public speaking is like a big common fear for most people in the world, I guess. And so for someone that's really has that fear, pop up in that particular situation, tapping into their courage, like they might have to, leading all the way up to it, maybe certain parts of the speech, or everyone's kind of different, right? The lead up and then the actual doing of, say in this case, public speaking. They have experienced the fear, but the courage is helping them get to the stage, or, whether it's, YouTube or something online. It's, I think this day and age, things are a lot different now, but everything's online or digital. But the courage helps you kind of get there and work through it. And then the other one I would say is clairvoyance, being able to look at energy, and everything in the universe is energy. So you can see it in the form of like colors and symbols and mental image pictures. But then with that ability turned on, you can actually kind of, I see that, here's this fear picture. And so what next step do I need to take? And you can look at that next step and go, okay, this is, in this particular case of running into the fear, this is the next step I need to do. And then you can kind of look at further and go, what changes? If I take that next step, what will change? What do I get to have? In other words, what's on the other side of fear? And you'll see that, and that could be very inspiring. Then that's going to go, I might be experiencing the fear now, but I definitely want to take that next step so I can have the thing that's on the other side of this particular fear. Hell yeah. And when it comes to clairvoyance is kind of that 6th chakra level, kind of more of that abstract type intuition. And then there's that crown chakra intuitive knowingness, the higher intuition, where you're in touch with your higher self, that parental aspect of your soul that can really guide you, that has the blueprint of your purpose and what you're here all to do. And even with your higher intuition, you'll run into fears, and you can have courage to work through those. And if you have your clairvoyant ability turned on, you can really look at the fear, and you might be able to actually see right through the fear, and this is kind of illusory, interesting, and I can clearly see right through it and onto the other side, and what it looks like, it keeps going. It's not the end. And but the thing with clairvoyance, and when you're trusting and kind of going with your higher intuition and on that path, doesn't mean that you see every little detail. You might have a sense of, okay, this is what I need to do. I got inspired, I got the idea, and I'm starting to take the steps towards that and build that or grow that or whatever it is for you, right? It doesn't mean that you're going to see every little detail with the clairvoyant ability when you're following your higher intuition. You might just kind of have a sense of, okay, here's where I'm at and what I'm, looking to do. And you might have a sense of general energy of the journey, or maybe kind of where you're headed. But all the little bits in between, and you might not see all of that. And that's a part of, when you're really following spirit, following your higher self, it is quite an adventure. It is, you're walking in the unknown, and it can be, then you hit the fear, right? When we don't know what's going on. It's not predictable. It's not routine. It doesn't feel We kind of cling to that routine because it feels more safe and familiar, and okay, I got this, and that's good. So when there's consistent unknown, and there's a great deal that usually induces, or there's usually a lot of growth and change as you go down that path. But at the very least, your clairvoyance is helpful because you can look at the basic energy of it. And especially with fear, you can start to see right on through it, and that, oh, I can see myself even on the other side of it real clearly. So courage and clairvoyance, really helpful with fear. But yeah, I pose the question to you is, for you, what is on the other side of fear for yourself?